Hey guys, I forgot that that stupid other mic was on. Yikes. Hi, my muses. How are you guys? Yesterday I spent most of my day sleeping. It was great. It was awesome. What else did I do? I watched Avatar: The Way of Water. And you'd be like, "Oh, Mew, why'd you suddenly decide to watch Avatar? You know, like what went on here?" And I tell you, I have no idea. I was just like, "Oh, Avatar 2, right? That exists. You know what? Let me watch it." I had so much to do. I'm not even kidding. I had so much to do yesterday, which I didn't do in favor of watching Avatar: The Way of Water. So, yeah. Don't ask me why. I still don't know. Do I like the film? If I'm being honest, it's a very boring film. The only good thing about that film was how pretty they made the underwater areas look like. And they left more questions, as if they're gonna make a third film of Avatar? The Blue People Avatar? Who's watching the third film? If they make one, okay, because the way that they ended, okay, you know what? Spoiler alert. I'm already gonna talk about it. No one can stop me. Stop me. I mean, stop me. You can't stop me, so you gotta listen to me. I don't have my headphones on. Because, you know, the music is distracting, but did they ask, do you know the way? No, they did not. They did not. You know, the movie started with like a continuation of what happened to the main character, whose name I always forget anyways, from the first film, right? In the first film, he gets married to like the tribe leader's daughter, and then they're like together now, and you know, like his colleague almost dies and she's still alive somehow. But the point is, and not Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Blue People on Pandora Avatar with the 3 fingers and 1 thumb. Where they jump into pods and then they suddenly can... Yeah, I don't know why I was watching the second film. The first film came out so long ago. The second film came out last year, right? I remember at that point, I was like, I'm not gonna watch it no matter what, because there was no need for them to make a second film, because the first film ended pretty okay. But you know, in the second film, what could they do with this, right? Who's gonna be the villain? Who's gonna become the problem in the thing, right? And I thought it's just gonna be like clan wars or like tribe wars or something, you know, but no. They brought the sky people back, aka the people from Earth who came all the way to Pandora to take over, like, or mine something. But this time no, they're back with a vengeance, because the same guy who was fought in Avatar 1 came back as one of the Navi people in Avatar 2. Look at me in the eyes. Look at me. They genetically, like, they cloned him or something, and like they put his memories in the other. Yeah, listen, I wish I knew what if this made sense at all, but it does not. It really does not. For some reason, the same guy comes back. The same colonel guy, he comes back. Now they're at a different place where there's a general. It's a whole settlement, and they're like, oh my gosh, Earth's dying and now we gotta like live somewhere else, so we picked here because we're already here, and you know, the resources and stuff are really good. But remember, there's indigenous people and they are very hostile, so we have to quote unquote pacify them. Now, when you think of something like pacification, you think you're gonna make peace with them. You're gonna... No, their thing was, we're gonna kill them. We're gonna hunt down the guy who shut down our operation last time. We're gonna kill him to show all of these people who's boss. And so, you know, like the MC obviously is like, he's like, no, I had to launch an attack back, and he's like, no, but my family's being hunted. My kids almost got caught. Like, also in this, he has 3 children that they gave birth to, and one that his colleague that kind of died halfway through but is still alive somehow got pregnant and also gave birth to a kid somehow who's connected to the planet. It's... hard to explain. It really is. I was left with so many questions and only questions. No things were answered, but what I do know is they went all the way to the ocean tribes in some islands. Somehow the guy that chased them last time still found them this time, and then they did not wage war, but they had like a kind of battle at the end, but the guy still survived and nothing was really made clear. But guess what? His eldest son died. So like, yeah, I don't understand. Very honestly, I did not understand even a little bit of the film. I was just so confused. I was like, what is happening? I want to understand, but I don't. I spent 3 hours watching that, mind you. Like, it's a long film. The only good thing about the film is how nice the visuals are. Okay? Like, the characters themselves are so boring. And like, the one thing that they kept repeating about like the main character's wife, right, who was his love interest in the first film, was that she's like an animal, she's feral. And then they also have this random human kid that also grew up in the same settlement. Don't ask me what was going on. I still am not sure. I was so confused through the whole thing. I was just like, what am I even watching anymore? Also, there was this ship and they were hunting like Pandora's equivalent of the whales, which are also like tribe members of the water tribe, whose names I don't... Oh yeah, the names are Metkaina. Yeah, the water tribes are Metkaina, and then there's the forest tribe, which I forgot the name of. So like, yeah. But the human kid can speak Navi, right? So cool, right? Yeah, the only saving grace of this whole film was the fact that beyond the plot, the visuals were so good, I could ignore all of the stupid dialogue that they had. Like, it genuinely stupid dialogue, because in the beginning of the film, like I would have preferred hearing Navi for most of it, if not all, because they're all obviously gonna communicate in Navi. I wouldn't have mind reading subtitles through the whole thing, but no. They decided what they were gonna do is make it look like, not make it look like, but the main character in the beginning was saying, now Navi feels like English, and suddenly everyone's talking in English now. Look at me in the eyes. Look at me. Do you think that makes sense? In which world? Same words? No way. Same intonation? No way. Also, the main character became surprisingly cowardly in the second film for some reason. Like, he was just like, listen to me. You boys better be on your best behavior, because, you know, they moved from the forest part to the ocean side, and, you know, like, that's already, like, a whole deal. And then his son almost dies, and then his, you know, like, second son almost dies, and the first son dies at the end because he got shot. Again, I do not claim to understand what's going on, because I don't. But also, what was going on? I'm never gonna recover from that film. Not that it did much other than, oh my gosh, the ocean looks so pretty under there. Like, they really made the oceanscape really pretty. There were some like really deep diving scenes and stuff. I don't remember a single name of all of the characters because I never paid attention to those things. I was just like, oh, pretty. Space is out. The whole movie went by not in the blink of an eye. It felt like 3 hours long. And that's a long time, okay? Some days you can say 3 hours isn't a long time. Today, however, I will say 3 hours was a long time. In fact, if they just made it that it was about like him moving and trying to unite the water tribes and the forest tribes or some shit, I would have been okay with it. I would have actually preferred it. There's no need to keep having the same stupid fight sequences. This time, though, he had a water dragon, not a sky dragon, water dragon. Very interesting dragon that looks like a cross between an alligator and a snake and a dragon. No, wait. Alligator, eel, and has wings. So, yeah, I'm not sure what else you wanna... How do you... I wish somebody would write a book about Avatar. I would read it. Maybe there is, and I just don't know about it, because that also, you know, I wouldn't be surprised, because I haven't ever been interested in that franchise, nor do I find myself being interested right now. I'm just like, if you had to make a film and you're making it look that pretty, why is the plot and dialogue so dry and boring? But there has to be balance in the world, so I'm still okay with it, right? Anyways, yeah. I was low-key contemplating watching a different film today. Why? I have so much to do, but I'm also hella procrastinating on everything right now because it's convenient sometimes to do that. But also more like I have issues. Like I don't want to do the work because I'm feeling really lazy. So I don't want to do it. So we reach back to procrastination, our lovely friend who's always there to give us a hand whenever we need it. But the hand is actually a bed, and what I'm doing is called bed rotting. Yeah. Again, procrastination. Besides the point, the movie I was gonna watch was going to be Rocky or Rani Ki Prem Kahani, which is a really nice film. It was really funny when I watched it in the theater, and it came out last year. So I was like, maybe I could, because, you know, I'm kind of, you know, like, it's the light-hearted rom-com type of stuff that I don't mind right now, because, like, it'd be such a nice distraction for my brain. I also wanted to read a cultivation novel, but look at me, I'm not reading anything cultivation related. I was reading cultivation related stuff. Again, it's like I never stop. It's like every few weeks I'll go back to being only on a cultivation novel binge, and it's completely and totally okay with me. Because they're all so good, and there's so many. They're really good, and there's so many. The one I started recently... Wait, what's the name? This one book that I started recently, which is pretty good. What is it called? Jesus Christ. I never remember the names of this stuff. I am eventually going to talk about the last episode of Marry My Husband, guys. Do not think I forgot. But just that the episode itself wasn't that interesting. So, yeah, it was sad. Oh, yeah, I started this one book called Everyone Pampers the Small Blessing Who Has a Spatial Pocket. Yes, it is as cliche as it sounds. Yes, it has... Yeah. It's just... Yeah. It's an okay novel. It has like a system type of situation going on for it. In, what's it called? In like historical Chinese history times where there's not much like imperialism situation. Anyways, I'm not gonna explain it because it's not really, there's no need to. It's not great. It's an okay book. It's fine. It's fun to read, and that's all that matters. I'm not really explaining this well, guys. My brain is so empty. You could knock on it and you'd hear echoes. Yeah, so I mean my brain's feeling like my head's hollow. I don't think you guys can hear me knocking on my own head, which is sad, but yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in real life. My head sounds pretty solid. Dang. But yeah, after watching the second film, Avatar: The Way of Water, which, okay, I have to admit, it was an interesting film to watch. And like I said, it's only because of the visuals, the way that the oceanscape was, and there were some dialogues which were really good, which was one of them was when, like, you know, the main character's sons are there, and they're trying to learn this new way of life, right? Because they have to now survive in the ocean, etc. And, like, survive depending on the ocean instead of the forest like they previously were. So, like, in this, like, here there was a scene where they were like trying to meditate and like figure out how to breathe properly instead of like getting all flustered and having to like take like every 2 seconds come up to take a breath, right? Because like the ocean Navi, they're really good at long breathing and stuff like that. And you can see that they have different adaptations. Like their tails look a lot like a fish tail. They have like, yeah, they're like lighter colored. They're like light teal instead of dark blue. Like the forest Navi are dark blue and they like glow in the dark kind of situation. But like the ocean Navi, they do kind of still glow in the dark, but they're more like light teal. Their stripes are almost fully teal. Yeah, it's interesting. The visuals, like I said, were really good. There was this one dialogue which was like, the ocean is inside of us all, and like it connects life to death and darkness to light, etc. It was a really nice dialogue. That was my takeaway. I was like, wow, that's such a nice, like, calming thing to think about. Like, if you're doing like a, you know, it's so cool. Their swimming was also really interesting because it looked like swishing water. It was very hypnotic. I think I spent like a good amount of time just staring at like the swimming motions, but because, you know, there was a lot of swimming, at least in the first like hour and a half of the film. They were trying to learn how to swim effortlessly. Also, all the, whenever they dove, like whenever the main character's family tried to dive in the water, it was very awkward looking. It looked so different to how gracefully the Metcaina dove into water, and like, yeah, it was really hilarious. But it ended with like the MC's family being like, you're part of us now, you know, like the Metcaina saying like, you're not just you're not Forest Navi anymore, you're like Ocean Navi, you're part of the Metcaina now, because your son, he lays with our ancestors because their son died, and so they had to like, but you know, like get rid of his body. Is that a good way to say it? No, it's not, but like, oh well. But yeah, it was interesting. There were a lot of weird moments where I was just like, are you sure this is like, were the people who made this sure that it was okay to be put on a movie and displayed to the world? Because there was this scene where they interrogated the teenage orphan human boy whose name they gave him Spider for some reason. I still don't understand why his name was Spider, but anyways, like they interrogated him, and he was like no, I'm not gonna tell you anything. And I was just like, how is that okay? Because these are supposed to be military people, and do they not have any like ethics and morals and stuff? Like, how is capturing kids and interrogating or torturing them okay with anyone? Because like, that's weird. I feel awkward looking at that. How do they get rid of the bodies? I think in the forest, it's like they put you in like this big grass thing, and in the ocean there's also this like grass that they lay your body in, and then it just sort of swallows your body inside. So I guess it's kind of like they feed it to a big organism, or several thousand tiny organisms. Very, very interesting burial process, because I think last time like somebody died in the first film as well, like, you know, part of the MC's family, but the MC's family's wife, well, the MC's wife's father, so the MC's father-in-law died in the first film. I remember because like she kept mentioning it in the second film. She was like, my father gave me this bow as he lay dying, and he was like, you had to protect the people. And I was like, dang, this is so hardcore. But also the acting isn't that great, and I don't feel convinced. I don't know, it was just weird watching it, because I was also like, some of this just feels so wrong. Yeah, recycling. They also did that scene, the dialogue that was playing in the background was just that, you know, like they say that energy, you know, all energy can be recycled, reused, or something like that. So like, it's just one form to the other. Like, I did not understand most of it, but I was like, cool, yeah, awesome. Yay. I am holding up two thumbs, because I'm like, wow, this is... But I really think they might be making a third film soon. And that's mostly because, like, in the second film, right, there's this one character who's, like, connected to the planet, to the mother. The mother being, in this case, the planet. I don't remember the name that they gave it, but, like, you know, it is what it is. Hi, Via. But yeah, it was interesting because they never really revealed what was going on with her, why she was suddenly connected to the you know, like, you can feel the planet, I can feel the heartbeat of the planet, or something like that. I was really confused, and I was like, I want to know what happens to her. Like, if you're making a third film, I hope it's about her. I honestly don't care about the rest of the characters. They're kind of annoying. also like the their firstborn son who died at the end. He didn't have a love interest, but the second one did. The second one had like a thing going on with the Metkaina chief's daughter. It was interesting. I was like, wait, are they a thing? They're probably a thing. Because like the second that she shows up, they gave her this shot that she's coming out of the water and she looks like absolutely like so elegant and beautiful and attractive, etc. You know, like and then their second son is just like, oh, oops, I might have fallen in love at that moment. Huh? It was actually quite cute. I was like, oh, adorable. And then, you know, his elder brother dies because he's an idiot. They're both idiots, so like, oh well. What kind of movies do I like? Anything which interests me at the moment. Yeah. Mostly I like horror movies and comedy. I can watch horror for days. It doesn't faze me. Almost always I end up laughing at whatever I'm watching if it's horror. Because it's just so funny most of the time. I'm like not fazed at all. And more than half the time I'm sitting there just analyzing all the stuff that's happening. Yeah. A brilliant explanation of what kind of movies I like. Thank you. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not, so I'm just gonna take it like a genuine compliment. I also ate like a lot of snacks while I was watching Avatar 2. I ate like whatever I had left of a can of Pringles, which was enough to finish it, clearly, to finish the film. And then I had some gummy cola, really good. I once again realized after having like more than a handful of gummy cola, that, you know, like sweet snacks really don't suit me. I just felt so nauseous after I did that. I was like, wow, why did I eat that many? What was I thinking, you know? But yeah, you're from space so you can float. Dang. I really want the ability to float. I feel like that'd be fun, to just float around places. Also, it would also make my life so much easier. Because, you know, I wouldn't have to walk, so less energy is being spent on walking. More energy can be used for eating. I would shovel food in my mouth at times 1,000 speed. Hi, Ramon. How are ya? But yeah, it was overall, I don't think it's a movie that you have to watch. Like, it's not oh my gosh, everyone should watch it because it's such a cool experience. But if you like pretty things, then you can probably watch the film and have fun because it was very pretty. I'm pretty sure I mentioned how good it looked like a dozen times. And that was my I think that was everyone's takeaway, whoever has watched the film up till now. I don't think anyone's talking about, oh my gosh, the plot was so good, or like what's it called, the music was so good. Like I don't remember the music. I genuinely just don't remember the music. You're having a good day. That's good. That's good. A good day is always it's always such great news to know that someone is having a good day. My day has become a little bit better because of that news. But yeah, it was just, yeah, I don't know why I watched it. I really don't. I don't remember what